Hi everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I'm so glad you joined me tonight and starting out your week crafting with me. While we're waiting for others to join, a little bit of housekeeping. I love it if you give me thumbs up and hearts and those kinds of things. It helps me know that you like what I'm making, and it also helps my videos be seen better in Facebook. Also, if you like what I'm making, please share my video and comment shared down in the comments, and you just might win the project I'm making tonight. Last week I made this really cute patchwork type card, and it is going to go out to Joan Ballenger because she shared and she commented shared, and her name was randomly drawn. So Joan, I'll be getting that card out to you very soon in the mail. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. I release a new video almost every Monday night. So once you subscribe, hit that little blue bell and they'll let you know when I've uploaded a new video. So let's get started on tonight's project. I have a fun fold card that'll help you use up some of that designer series paper that you've been hoarding. You don't want to hoard it, you want to use it because it is so pretty, and that's why you buy it, was to use it. So let's, I'm going to switch the view to my hands and we are going to get started. Okay. So I don't know what the name of this card is, but I like it, and it showcases the designer series paper so beautifully. This is the hand-penned designer series paper. It is retiring, but look at that. It's kind of an accordion, and it has a, I don't know, kind of a Z-fold effect to it. I just think it's such a beautiful card layout, and you can do it for so many, so many different occasions. So I think what we'll do is we will get started. The paper I chose for the card that I'm going to work tonight is a little bit different. It's from the same suite. It's hand penned. Doesn't have as much blue in it really. It has more of the greens and the purples and the yellows in it. But it's still gorgeous paper, and the flip side of that is Highland Heather. So the base, which is just one piece of cardstock, is 4.25 by 5.5. It's the same size as a regular card when it's closed in half. So that's pretty easy to remember. But we're going to start out with this piece of paper. And remember, if you have a directional design on it, you want to make sure that you, when you cut your paper, that you're cutting so that your design is up or in the proper direction. So we're going to start out here. Let me get my trimmer and score. I'm going to move the cutting blade way to the other side. Sometimes I even take it out. But this paper is going to be scored at, hold on here, I want to make sure I do this the right way. Okay. I'm going to turn this upside down so that when I fold it, it works right. Okay. So it is going to be scored at 1 3/4. And I know that I want to turn it upside down because the small dimensions on the front, so this will be on the front. Now when you're scoring your designer series paper, don't press too hard. So that's 1 3/4. This is 3.5. This one's 5 1/4. And this one is at 7. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Okay, It's hard to see the score lines, and I'm going to show you something first. You can see that this card I have folded it so that the more floral side is showing. If you prefer, you could do it the other way around and have this be the more prominent side. But it's really whatever you want to do. But I'm going to use this, I want to showcase this design. So we're going to fold this here, get my bone folder, and then fold it back on itself. Fold this in half. And fold this back. There we go. So now it's opening the right way, and the dimensions or the image is oriented the correct way. I'm going to go ahead and put this. Oh, and I didn't tell you the measurements on this piece. I'm sorry. This piece of designer series paper is 11 inches long by 5 1/4. Okay, and the score lines are at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and 7. Okay, sorry about that. And I am going to go ahead and put my adhesive, use my stamp and seal, and put this on the back. There we go. Right like that. There we go. Okay, so that's the base for a card starting to take shape. Like I said, you could have had it so that this side was more prominent, but I just decided I wanted to showcase this beautiful designer series paper. Okay, so now the next piece of cardstock, I'm pulling the trimmer back in because I do need to score this. This piece of cardstock is 3 1/2 by 7, and we're just going to score that in half. So half of 7 is 3 1/2. Get my bone folder again. And really you want to fold toward the mountain. When you score, it makes a valley and it makes a mountain. You want to fold it toward the mountain. Then use your bone folder to get a nice crisp edge. Okay, so you can see that this is going to go right like that, so that when it opens up, it's going to be like that. Okay, it looks complicated, but it really isn't. So what I am going to do is put some adhesive down both sides of this, the inside. And I kind of want this, I'm starting with the back, and you can see I'm kind of making sure my line is straight here. And then I can simply put that there, fold that over, and my placement's perfect. Okay. Now because I chose for to showcase the design side of the paper, the more ornate side rather than the more subdued side, I need to put something in here to write on, okay? Had I used this, I probably could have gotten away with it, or used the yellow, I probably could have gotten away with and just wrote on that. But I felt like I needed something to write on because this is just too busy. So I have a piece of the Highland Heather cardstock. This is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and I have a piece of white that is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put that into 2. And I'm going to show you how to make sure that it's exactly placed where you want it so that it does not show when you attach here, because you don't want it to stick out or up there or whatever, and it's foolproof. So what you're going to do is go ahead and take this piece. If you're going to stamp on it, I would have stamped it even before I put it on this cardstock, because you know what, you can always turn it over. There we go. Okay, so we want this panel on here to be exactly behind this. So what we're going to do, I've got the adhesive on the back. I'm going to take the right sides. We're going to put it together just like this. Okay, just like that. Close it up. There we go. Brilliant. Look at that. It's exactly where we want it, and it's hidden behind the Z part of the card. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now all we have to do is work on this. Hey, have you guys seen the retiring list? If there's anything you want, don't wait too long to make, to make your purchases, because stuff's going to be selling out, and it actually all goes away in early May. So you really only have maybe a couple of weeks left to get those pieces that you want, okay? Here's my address to my store, to ordering, and use that host code. And if your purchase is over $50 before shipping and tax, I will send you a gift in the mail, okay? Just as a thank you. Okay, so I used this label here from the Tasteful labels. I'm going to be sad to see this go. This has been one of my favorites. It is retiring. The sentiment that I'm using, the one it says just saying hello, is out of the Tasteful Touches stamp set. It also is retiring. So I'm going to put this on here. I'll tell you, when I create a card, sometimes it doesn't always come out exactly the way I want. I have to play with a few versions of it. So let's see here. I'm going to put this right on this die cut. And there I go. This is just saying hello. I mean, you could really put anything you wanted on there. No big deal. Then for the front, I have a piece of white that is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and technically you're going to need 2 of those, one for the inside and one for the outside. And this stamp that I'm using is from the Painted Poppies. Hadn't pulled this out in a while. This one's a couple years old, and it's still in the catalog, so I'm glad to see it is still there. I'm going to have to breathe some new life into it. But I thought it was perfect to complement the flowers that are on this designer series paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this up again using the Memento Black, and I'm going to stamp it right here. Oops, didn't get a good stamp, but that's okay. You guys see what I mean. And it's not a big deal because I have one already stamped and colored. And I colored it with the dark petal pink, the dark balmy blue, the light fresh freesia, and the light daffodil delight. You really could use any colors you want. Now when I picked these colors, it was to I pulled the colors out of this paper. Well, there's not really any pink in this. I decided it was okay to leave it. I think it looks just fine. So let's put some adhesive on the back and get this card finished off. There we go. I did want to tell you, if you're one of my local customers and you wanted to come pick up your catalog, I have them. You can drop me a line, call me, text me, email me, get in touch with me, and we can make arrangements for you to come pick up a catalog. My monthly classes are next Saturday, the 16th. You can come to class and pick one up then. So, okay. And I am going to put this, you don't have to put a sentiment with this. The way I've done this, you don't have to put the sentiment on a die cut and put it on there. You could stamp right on there. I don't know, I was just trying to do something different with some of the die cuts. So, and I just think it adds another little kind of layer of interest. So, last thing, you got to have a little bit of bling. So I'm using the 2021 to 2023 in color jewels. These are retiring. Put these here. And let's see, this paper's primarily purple, so I think I'm going to go with some of these jewels that are fresh freesia. Let's see here. Let's put those on here. Ah, perfect. And I mean, this is the perfect example of when things don't have to match exactly. I mean, these are not exactly the same purples, but I think that they work well. So there we go. You've got another fun fold, kind of a modified Z fold maybe, using up some of that designer series paper. So I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight, and please like and share my video, comment, share it, and I might be sending you this card next week. Thank you so much, and have a great week. Bye now.